Silver can obviously go in one of two different directions. It can go up or it can go down. In today's video, I want to talk about the benefits of both and why I personally feel like regardless of what silver decides to do, I win either way. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver. Surprise, surprise. I wanted to talk about if spot price goes up, if spot price goes down, what does it mean to me if it goes up, what does it mean to me if it goes down. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out, the link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today, I wanted to talk about spot price moving in an upward direction, potentially a downward direction. As we all know, the volatility of silver, it's all over the place. It's up today, down tomorrow, up on Tuesday, down on Wednesday. It's always up and down. It's very, very sporadic. That's probably common knowledge by now. I don't think I need to necessarily explain that. In the short term, it's all over the place. Long term, this is where most people's mentalities are. They're focused on years, decades down the road. They're not all too concerned about what's going on today, what happened yesterday, what's going to happen tomorrow, because that doesn't really matter. Long term is what matters. But I wanted to talk about what it would mean to me if we saw silver continue to go up. That's what I want to talk about first, and then if you stick around till later in the video, I'll talk about what it would mean to me if silver went down. So, if we saw silver really begin to climb again, similar to what we saw in March or April or May of 2020 when silver first officially fell down and then it got back up and then it went up and up and up and up. It went from $18 down to about $12 in the blink of an eye. Then it climbed its way back up to 18, and then it went to 19, then 20, then 21, then 23, then 25, then 27, then $29. It got a lot of people scared. It got a lot of people nervous. A lot of people thought that they didn't get a chance to get as much silver as they would prefer to have, or what they would feel is a substantial amount of silver, or amount of silver that they're comfortable with, myself included. I was really nervous. I thought we were actually going to see silver crack the $30 mark. I thought it was gonna keep going up. I didn't want it to go up, but I truly believe that. I was like, oh man, it's happening. And I think a lot of people felt that way. But it stopped at $29. It went down to about $27. Then in September, it fell down to about $24. Then for about 3 months, it barely even moved. Over these last couple of days, the last week or so, we have seen silver go back up to $25, $26, $27, and it's kind of fluctuating in that mid-20s range. But that's not what I'm talking about when I say the spot price going up. When I say going up, I'm talking about going up to $30. I'm talking about going up to $40. I'm talking about going back up to $50. As I'm sure everyone already knows, silver has already been at the $50 mark. That's already occurred. So technically, according to history, we know for an absolute fact that silver could go to $50 because it's already proven itself able to do so. It's already been there. You can't argue that it could never happen. It's already happened. Therefore, it could happen again. What we don't know, however, is how much further past $50 silver can go. Can it go to $60, $70, $80, $90? It could. Anything's possible. I think 2020 taught us that. Anything could happen. But we are unable to say with the utmost conviction. We can't say with complete and total confidence. We can't guarantee it because none of us are psychics. None of us are fortune tellers or anything like that. We can't say with absolute certainty that silver's going to go all the way up there like that. It definitely could. I personally believe that it will, but I can't say for sure because I do not know. You don't know. He doesn't know. She doesn't know. None of us know for sure unless you're a time traveler, which none of us are. But if we were to see silver climb up $70, $80, $90, maybe even surpass that triple digit mark? What if we see $100 an ounce silver? What if that happens? What if this little maple leaf right here is going for over $100 one day? Or this kangaroo? Or this silver eagle? And there's nothing special about these particular 3 coins, by the way. They're not collector's pieces. They're not high premium coins. They're just your everyday silver eagles, maples, and kangaroos. What happens if a little 1 troy ounce silver coin, round or bar, is going for over $100 and that just becomes the norm? What then? In my opinion and from my perspective, even though I wouldn't want that to happen anytime in the near future because I still want to get more silver, but if that were to happen over time, that would be fantastic for a variety of different reasons. Number one, it's not to sell. I know a lot of people want the value of whatever it is that they have, or they're stacking, or their stock market investments, or whatever. I know a lot of people want to see that capital appreciation so they can sell, so that the $20 they put in, they can later cash out for $50. I know a lot of people want that to happen when it comes to their investments of whatever it is that they're investing in or whatever it is that they're stacking. A lot of people want to see capital appreciation so they can go and sell. They traded their dollars for money just to later on trade that money back for a larger amount of dollars. Now, if that's your mentality, that's perfectly fine. You can do whatever it is in the world you want to do with your money or your fiat. I personally don't care. But for me, that's not what my intentions are. I have no desire to sell. In fact, if I wake up tomorrow morning and silver, for whatever reason, goes to $1,000, you ain't gonna see me running on over to the coin shop with a backpack full of silver trying to get a bunch of dollar bills for a portion of my stack. That is not what I would do. I've already removed the fiat mentality from my mind. I don't really care about the fiat dollar bills. I would, however, be happy to know that my net worth has gone up. This is why a lot of people invest in the stock market and don't sell either. They could sell for a 500% gain if they wanted to. Now, some people might say, well, why sell at a 500% gain when I could just wait it out for a 600% gain or whatever the case may be? But a lot of people hang on to their assets just so they have them. It's almost like power in a way. You're the owner of this, you own that, your net worth has gone up, and when you liquidate, that net worth goes down. Or rather, it would be converted, it would be transferred, whatever your net worth was according to whatever it is that you own, according to your assets. Now all of a sudden you have the cash position, so technically your net worth didn't change, but most people do not liquidate just to hang out with the cash. They usually liquidate so they can buy into the next asset class, or so they can spend it on something that they want to spend it on, whether it be something that they need or something foolish that they don't need, whatever the case may be. That's what a lot of people's intentions are. I, however, wouldn't want to do that. I would be the guy holding on. I would be the guy refusing to let go, regardless of how high up the spot price goes. Now, do I plan on holding on to silver exclusively for the rest of my life? No, which is why I diversify, which is why I have some gold. And all of this gold that I have over here, this is just some of it, by the way. But the gold that I have right here on screen, all this gold was acquired by me converting my dollars into it. Ideally, that's not how I would prefer to get gold. I would rather not trade my dollars for gold. I would prefer to trade my dollars for silver, and later on down the road, trade some of that silver for some gold. I don't want to get gold by converting my dollars into it. I want to get gold by converting my silver into it. See, if I can always leverage whatever it is that I have in front of me for what I consider to be the opportunity, that's what I'm going to do. Right now, the dollar bill, these right here, these are what I trade my time for. Time, my most valuable asset, more valuable than my silver, more valuable than my gold, more valuable than all of the silver and all the gold in the world. Your time is your number one most valuable asset, and it's fleeting. It's going away. You can't get it back. You can't buy it back. You can't borrow it. You can't do anything, which is why I say it's your most valuable asset. It's finite. Nothing you can do about it, as depressing as that sounds. And I trade that time away for these fiat, fake, glorified IOU piece of paper dollar bills. I don't really want these piece of paper dollar bill IOUs, these debt notes. I don't really want them. They don't really serve me much of a purpose. Of course, I pay for all of my financial responsibilities with them, obviously. We need to do that. It's part of the game. You gotta play the game. But the dollar bills that are left over, I trade this currency for some money. Some of this silver that you see on screen. And of course, for diversification purposes, I do in fact trade fiat for gold as well. But ideally, if the gold to silver ratio gap were to close in, I would like to trade some of the silver, not all of it, not most of it, not half of it, just some of it, for some gold. If we were to see the gold to silver ratio gap go to, 1 to 60, I wouldn't trade any silver for gold at that point, but I would say, okay, now we're talking. When we get to 1 to 50, even better, I could see myself trading a tiny bit of silver for a tiny bit of gold at that point. But if we were to go to 1 to 40, that's when I would probably trade a decent handful of silver for a decent handful of gold. That's just what I would like to do. So ideally, and to sum that up, ideally I don't want to trade my dollar bills for gold. I want to trade my dollar bills for silver so that I can then leverage that silver and get gold without having to trade any dollars to get the beautiful yellow metal. Now let me get these off screen, and I want to talk about what if spot price goes down. Everything that I talked about so far in this video has been what if spot price goes up. My net worth goes up. But what if spot price were to go down? We're looking at $26, $27 an ounce silver right now. What if we see it go back down to, $21 or $20? What if we see silver go under $20? What if silver goes back down to the teens? And even better, what if silver goes back down to the teens and the premiums do not get driven up through the roof? Just hypothetical. For the record, I personally do not even believe we're going to see silver in the teens again. It'd be great if we did, but realistically speaking, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. But hypothetically, if that were to occur, if spot price goes down, if silver in the mid-20s becomes the new norm and we go the next couple of years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and silver barely moves, maybe it fluctuates, goes down to 22, up to 28, down to 23, up to 26, down to 21, up to 24, and it's just staying in the mid-20 range, and it's not really doing anything. And then out of nowhere, March 2020 2.0 happens, and it goes from the mid-20s down to 16 or 17 bucks again. What if that were to happen? I can't speak for anyone but myself, but I would love if that were to happen. And the reason for that is simply because I would be able to get more. I would be able to trade a smaller dollar amount for a larger amount of actual money. I would be able to capitalize on the opportunity. I would see that as silver being on sale, silver being listed for a discounted price. Silver, it's like a clearance thing at the store. All the silver is, 20, 30% off. I'd be able to get more bang for my buck. I would be able to get more money for my currency. I would be able to get more silver for a smaller dollar amount, and I would go full throttle and capitalize on that because, in my opinion and from my perspective, I would see that as a huge opportunity. Now, it's important to remember, everything that I say in this video and on my channel is not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research, form your own opinions, make your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But from my perspective, that's just the way I see it. If silver were to significantly dip, if it were to drop by several dollars or even $5 to $10, I would be happy. And that's, again, hypothetical, saying that premiums do not get driven up through the roof like they did in March of 2020. Now, as I always say, I think the premiums went up for one reason and stayed up for a completely different reason. I'm not even going to get into that because I've talked about that in countless videos before. By the way, this video was actually inspired by the video that I posted just yesterday, where I was talking about the best thing about silver, not from my perspective, but from the perspective of people who claim to not even like silver. It was actually a really interesting video to make, and if you haven't seen it, I recommend going to check it out. But in that video, I very briefly mentioned the entire focal point of today's video. I very briefly mentioned if it goes up, so does my net worth. If it goes down, that means I can get more, which, call me crazy, but that tells me that regardless of what direction silver decides to go in, number one, it's not going to be permanent. What goes up often comes back down. What goes down, a lot of the time goes up. So number one, it wouldn't be permanent. It would just be a short-term thing. But two, it tells me that I win either way, regardless of what happens. Best case scenario, I'm able to get a whole lot more silver. Or the other best case scenario, my net worth goes up. We see capital appreciation. Even if we feel like we didn't have enough time to stack more silver, even if we're only at, 100, 500, 1,000 ounces of silver, and all of a sudden spot price really begins to climb, and we say to ourselves, I wish I had another couple of years to get at least another couple hundred, maybe another couple thousand troy ounces of silver before this happened, but at the end of the day, it's perfectly fine. I say all the time, it's better to miss out on an opportunity than it is to be controlled by the fear of missing out. So I don't dump all of my dollar bills into silver the moment I get my hand on those dollar bills. I get a little bit of silver and I keep a little bit of cash to the side. Number one, because every single month I put a little bit of cash to the side, but also I keep some ready to go in case we see a dip. See, I don't want to dump all of my dollar bills into silver when the spot price is what it is today and get a decent amount of silver, and then 2-3 days later, what if spot price drops by 5%? What if it goes down by a couple of bucks? What if it goes down to $22? But I used all of my cash to get a bunch of silver all in one day. I do get a lot of silver all in one day, but I don't get as much as I can. I keep a little bit of cash to the side just in case we see another dip before payday, because one of my jobs only pays me once a month, so it's not like I get paid every week like a lot of you guys do. I don't get paid every week or every 2 weeks. One of my jobs pays me every 2 weeks, but my other job, my main job, pays me only once a month. So I get an entire month's worth of income all in one day, and then I have to wait 30 days before I get paid again. So I try to be as strategic as possible. But when it comes to the spot price of silver going up or going down, in my opinion and from my perspective, I win either way. That's just the way I see it. And I'm very curious to know, everybody watching this right now, what are your thoughts? Do you think that if spot price goes down, it's an opportunity, not a bad thing? Some people with the short-term mentality, if spot price goes down, all of a sudden it's like,
oh no, I lost my money.
Failing to realize that they didn't lose any money because their money didn't go anywhere. Their money is still in their possession, assuming that they didn't physically misplace their actual money. I mean, yeah, you can lose money in silver if you lose your actual silver, but the money's still right there. If it's in your possession, if it's in your house, if it's in your hand, if it's in your safe, if it's wherever you keep it, if you have the silver and the gold, you didn't lose any money. If it goes down, according to the spot price, that just means you can get more at a discounted price, the way I see it anyway. And of course, if it were to go up, it's capital appreciation. Even if you didn't feel like you got as much silver as you wanted to get, even if you feel like you wish you had another couple of years, because I guarantee you, if silver stayed low for the next 10 to 15 years and you got as much silver as you possibly could, and then all of a sudden silver really started to take off, you're still going to be saying to yourself, you wish you had another year. Even if 100 years go by, you've been stacking for a friggin' century and silver starts to take off, you're going to say, oh man, I wish I had 2 or 3 more years. No matter what, you're always going to wish you had a little bit more time to get just a little bit more silver. So I personally find it's best to not even worry about that. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts? If everyone can head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on the spot price going up, the spot price going down when it comes to the precious metals? And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my YouTube videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which by the way is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, what are your thoughts on the spot price going up, spot price going down? Do you see it the way I see it, where you essentially win no matter what happens? If silver were to go up, that would mean your net worth is going up. You would see capital appreciation. You would see those gains. You can cash out if you want to, after you pay those capital gains taxes. But then you have those dollar bills to essentially do whatever you want with. You can go and buy something stupid if you want. You can go invest in the next asset class whatever you believe that is. You can maybe trade up from silver to gold, assuming that the gold to silver ratio gap closed in a little bit. Or if spot price were to go down, do you see it as a discount? Do you see it as though silver's on sale? You see it as an opportunity where you could just get more silver. We win either way, in my opinion. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.